Hello again, music fans. I am back here for another music collection update. All right. Not a big one, only four albums, but yes, a lot of music. All right. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is one that I've been waiting for, or rather, waiting to be able to buy it for quite some time, which is the new Nightwish album, Human to Nature. Now, this one came out some months ago, as of the making of this video, but I wasn't able to buy it myself because it wasn't yet available for sale here in Mexico. It was only available as an import, which makes it, very expensive. But it finally became available here in my country, and I was able to get it for a really good price. And this is the special edition, the 3 disc edition. Okay, so the album itself is in fact a 2 disc set. So the studio album is disc 1 and disc 2 with 9 tracks on disc 1 and one full length track on disc 2, which is a track with many movements. Very ambitious album. Everything that you know about Nightwish is in here. The soaring vocals, the soaring operatic vocals, as well as the more mid-range vocals, which Floor Jansen is able to do. Their singer, and all the orchestral arrangements, as well as the very heavy stuff. Really great compositions. I still have yet to digest this album, because it's a very long album. Usually, these long studio albums tend to overstay their welcome, but not this one. This one is really good. I still have to, like I said, I really have to spin it a lot more to really get it all in. Disc 3 is in fact just it comprises the instrumental version of some of the tracks. Okay, so Human to Nature by Nightwish. Okay, really glad to add this to my collection, and I am going to do an updated version of my Nightwish artist spotlight also, now that I have this one. The next one is by the classic band Whitesnake. This is Forevermore. Now, this is not their latest album. This is their second to latest. But I wanted to get this one, and it's everything you know about Whitesnake. So it's got all the bluesy, hard rock hooks in it. David Coverdale's vocals have really aged well. He can still, perhaps does not have that same, soaring vocals that he had back in the 80s and 70s. But still very, very good singers. All right. So Whitesnake Forevermore. This is the 2-disc edition. Disc 1, which has 13 tracks, and disc 2 has a couple of live tracks. Then we have a 2-CD live album by Stradivarius right here, which is called Under Flaming Winter Skies, live in Tampere. Okay. And it's the George Michael farewell tour. Not George Michael, the pop singer that passed away, but George Michael, who is the drummer of Stradivarius. So apparently this was his last tour with the band, and they decided to capture it here on this live album, which also has a companion DVD, which I do not have. So 2-disc set, all their great best stuff right here. Let me just see if you can get the track listing right there if you want to pause it. Okay. And the fourth album I bought was a digital purchase, and I'm going to put the image over here. It's from the Canadian band Cauchemar, which means nightmare in French, because this band is from the Canadian province of Quebec. Okay, so they sing in their native French. And it's a very doomy, very, very Black Sabbath influenced, like all doom metal is, but it's not plodding. It's much more mid-tempo, much more, to me, much more interesting to listen to. And though they do tend to wear their Black Sabbath influences on their sleeve, the album even starts out with a tolling church bell, just like the first Black Sabbath album did. All right, so that's maybe a bit too on the nose, but anyway. But the songs are very good. They have a female singer who has a great voice, very suited to the material. the compositions are memorable. They're not trying to be just only Black Sabbath clones, which some doom metal bands do. So some doom metal bands, they just lean too heavily on those Sabbath influences. But this band, this is their third album already, which is called Chapelle Ardente, which means a burning chapel. Okay, all the songs are in French, and but don't let that stop you. This is just a great listen. All right. I'd also like to point out that I recently saw the documentary, which is Blood on the Stage, I believe. No, excuse me, Murder on the First Row. That's the name. Which is a documentary about the early years of Bay Area thrash metal. Now, if you're any kind of metal fan or thrash metal fan, you already know, that history. But what's cool about this documentary is just hearing all those anecdotes told by the people who lived them. Among them, Kirk Hammett from Metallica, also James Hetfield, and the guys from Exodus and Testament. Chuck Billy, Alex Skolnick, and just hearing them tell those stories of those very, very early days when thrash was just being invented, in fact. All right, so very, very interesting. I saw that one on Amazon Prime. If you have it, I recommend you check it out. Okay, well, that's it here for my update for July 2020. Still in lockdown, still working from home, but still enjoying some really good metal. I have a lot of it, and I listen to it every day. I hope you are too. Hope everybody's well. Thank you very much for watching, and so long.